Joining us now on the debate is Abdul Qadir Chaudhry. He is the General Secretary and spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Also with us in the studio is Tehseen Poonawala. He is the founder of youthforcongress.com. Abdul Qadir Chaudhry, today is perhaps the most stinging indictment of the Samajwadi Party's move to try and withdraw these terror cases from the Allahabad High Court. This coming on the back of an earlier reprimand that you've been given by a Barabanki court, which had asked you in very straight words, aren't you encouraging terrorism by making such a move?
Please excuse me for asking this question to you. Delivering or deliverance of justice, trying to get innocent people released or acquitted from jails, is that encouragement of terrorism? If you define encouragement of terrorism like that, I do not have any other thing to say except yes. But I am sure no right-minded, no person in senses would say so, It has been proved by the Nimesh Commission. And let me tell you, all these people, innocent people, who coincidentally happen to be Muslims, were arrested not in the Samajwadi Party, UP government, but by the government of BSP led by Miss Mayawati.
Mr. Chaudhry, they were not arrested by the Mayawati government, they were arrested by the Uttar Pradesh ATS, which subsequently also filed a charge sheet against them. So they are saying they are not right-thinking people. All the evidence that they have produced is all false. Is that what you're suggesting?
Thanks for correcting me. But now, when you say that, let me tell you whose government, who was leading the government then? I am trying to say it was not in the Samajwadi Party UP government, ATS or whichever agency. IB, CBI, ATS, I am not saying that, but in Uttar Pradesh, the government was of BSP led by Mayawati. Now please let me come to my point, Now the Nimesh Commission said they were all wrongly arrested. Legally, it was justified they were wrongly arrested. Now if a government, any government, either the central or a state government, in any part of the country, the prime and the foremost job of a government is good governance, deliverance
of justice. So Mr. Chaudhry, similarly it can be argued that the Nimesh Commission was also partisan because it was appointed by you. So you've unwittingly also admitted, by the way, that the police force of any state is so incredibly politicized that they'll do exactly what the government in power at that time is doing. But anyway, let me also bring in Tehseen Poonawala at this point. What does one do when a state government, only for its narrow political gains, Tehseen Poonawala, decides to withdraw terror cases against the accused, putting national security at risk, something that even the former Home Secretary, Mr. R.K. Singh, has alleged?
See, let me wear my legal hat out here and let me go into the nuances of this judgment. So I think it's a well-balanced judgment that the Lucknow bench of the Honorable Allahabad High Court has laid out. What the court says is people who are accused under the Central Act, Chapter 6 of the IPC, the cases cannot be withdrawn without permission and without consulting the centre. What it also safeguards is, in cases of cases being withdrawn, it's given the state government permission to withdraw cases. If you read the judgment, though I haven't read it incomplete, it says that the prosecution, which is independent, needs to independently verify the reasons for the cases being withdrawn and needs to give its reasons to the court. So it's held a balanced judgment out here. This is not about Hindus or Muslims. This is about anybody who's wrongly accused. I mean, it's wrong that they then continue to languish in jail. Now, in this particular case, 2006, it's already 2013, we're going to 2014, 8 years, 9 years. Somebody is under trials and wrongly accused. Of course, they need to be let free. Liberty needs to be put up. But I think what the court has failed to answer, or I think what political parties, and you're very right, have failed to answer is why in the first place is there wrong investigations that take place that put innocent people behind bars, and also why haven't police reforms taken place, and even for the courts to answer why isn't there speedy delivery of justice. You finish terror cases in a year, 2 years, that the person can be let off or a person can be is behind bars. How do you let people languishing in jail for years and years? And therein lies the problem.
Dilip Kumar Pandey, it will be very interesting to see how the centre reacts, because the Samajwadi Party government has asked for 19 cases against terror accused to be withdrawn. The court has simply said today that cannot be done without the consent of the centre, and this is going to be the litmus test for the government at the centre, whether they are willing to risk national security only for the sake of politics.
Very right, very interesting point.
Go ahead, Dilip.
Well, that's very right, actually. We have been saying that the people with, politicians with the criminal background are interfering too much nowadays in politics, right? And when it comes to certain states, we have been seeing that the law and order has really been, a toy in their hands of the state governance. As far as the Uttar Pradesh is concerned, in recent times we all observed how everything was compromised. And Aam Aadmi Party has been of opinion that, the kind of politics that we have started, the alternative type of politics that we have been fighting to establish in this country for, what we have made sure always is that at first place itself, why should there be a candidate, or why should there be a MP or MLA from a particular party?
Dilip, you're totally missing my question. My simple question to you is, do you think that these terror cases should be withdrawn? What is your party's stand on that? Do you think that these terror cases should be withdrawn? Simple question. Dilip.
No, it should not be. See, as far as any cases wherein the state involvement is concerned, or like for example, if it is UP, the UP police, the cases which are having interference of Uttar Pradesh police, all those cases can be withdrawn or revoked by state governance. But if it is a matter of national security, I'm sure it cannot be. It must not be withdrawn by the simple order of state government.
I don't think. Can I just
right that a central government's interference has to be there, and it has to be investigated very well before any such cases are withdrawn.
Just a second, Dilip. I don't think you know. I don't think you've understood the legal position. And Dilip, you are saying you're taking a different stand from what Arvind Kejriwal said. He criticized the Butler House encounter. So you're taking a different stand. The fact of the matter is, somebody is illegally arrested. They need to be set free. And the court has ruled that the central government, they cannot happen without the central government permission. So I'm not understanding what your legal position is. What is the AAP's position on this? Because remember, Arvind said that Butler House encounter was illegal. Please remember that.
See, I certainly may not be able to.
Okay, Arvind said that Butler House. Can you talk about that? Arvind said Butler House was an illegal encounter.
I certainly might not be able to present the legal aspect of this whole scenario. But as far as parties' stand is concerned, we always respect court decision. That is one thing.